The next relationship type that we are going to discuss about is master-detail relationship. In Salesforce, there are different types of object relationships. They are lookup, master detail, many-to-many, self, hierarchical, external lookup, and internal lookup. In this session, let's understand about master detail relationship. We know there are two relationship types, one-to-many and many-to-many. Among that, lookup falls in the first category, that is one-to-many. Similarly, master detail also falls in the first category, that is one-to-many. So both lookup and master detail falls in the one-to-many category, meaning one record of one object is related to multiple records of the other object. So both lookup and master detail falls in this one-to-many category. However, they are different from each other with their characteristics. Let's understand the difference between them. Master detail and lookup. So master detail, child records should be associated to a parent because it is a tight bonding. Lookup is basically a loose bonding, meaning not all child records are associated to parents. There may be scenarios wherein child records are not associated to their parent records. And coming to cascade record deletion, that happens in master detail, whereas it doesn't happen in lookup. So whenever a master record is deleted, all its related detail records are also deleted. And the other important difference between master detail and lookup is about the detail object, that is the child object. In master detail relationship, the child object cannot be a standard object. So for any standard object, you cannot create a master detail relationship. However, there are no such restrictions in lookup relationship. And the master detail relationship field that is required on the page layout, it is not required on the lookup. Roll-up summary fields can be created in master detail relationship, whereas it cannot be established in lookup relationship. And in master detail relationships, the detail record, it inherits the sharing and security settings of its parent record. However, in lookup relationship, they are independent. They have no effect on the security. Perfect. So now that we know the difference between master detail and lookup and what are all the basic characteristics of a master detail relationship, let's go ahead and take a look at our data model and see which is a master detail relationship here. Basically this one, that is the relationship between an instructor and departments. Meaning every instructor is associated to a department. However, one department will have many instructors, obviously, right? So this is the relationship between an instructor and a department. Now let's replicate this relationship in Salesforce UI. So open Salesforce application, navigate to the child object. In our scenario, the child object is instructors. So go to instructors and let's create a new relationship field. So go to the object definition page. Let me create a new relationship field. We know the relationship field is always created on the detail object, that is the child object. And here the relationship type would be master detail. So select master detail relationship. And now choose the parent object here. And in our case, the parent object will be departments. Choose department. Hit next. Fill in the details. Also, while filling in the details, note the options that we have while creating this relationship. If you remember, while creating a lookup relationship, we had options like whether we want to make that field required on the or to clear the value of the field when the parent record gets deleted. Also, how to record the parent record deletion, whether the system should allow it or not. So those were the options available to us while creating lookup relationship. However, in master detail relationship, there is an option for sharing setting. So this option, this decides what is the minimum access level that is required on the master record to create, edit or delete the related detail records. Meaning, only users who have at least read access to the master record to create, read or delete the related detail records, or users with read-write access to the master record to create, edit or delete the related detailed records. So this again depends on the business process and how it is defined. So based on that, choose the read-only option or the read-write option. And also there is an option for parenting, reparenting, wherein the child records can be reparented to the other parent records after they are created. And as I generally say, all these options, please do try out and see how it behaves in the UI so that we can enhance our learning experience. And a lookup filter, we discussed in detail about this lookup filter in the previous video. So we have that option of having the filter criteria, filter logic, and when it actually applies to records. And finally, once we define everything, we can enable the filter to take its action. Right? Similarly, that lookup filter option is available here in master detail as well. So once you are done configuring all these, let's go ahead and save the relationship. Perfect. So what the system says? The system says that you cannot create a master detail relationship on an existing custom object if records already exist. So in which object are we trying to create this master detail relationship? We are trying to create it in the instructors object, right? So in instructors object, we already have data. So in an object which already has data, it is not possible for us to create a new master detail relationship. So there are two ways to work around this. One is to delete the data in instructors object and then create it fresh. The second option would be to create a lookup relationship and then to convert it to a master detail relationship. The second option is the practical one, and that is the most logical one, because in real time projects, it is absolutely not possible to delete the records just for creating a master detail relationship. So what we generally do is we create a lookup relationship and then convert it to master detail. So now let's go ahead and create a lookup relationship. However, have in mind that creating a master detail relationship in objects wherein there is no data, that will be simple and straightforward. However, with this object having data, we have to do a workaround of creating the lookup. So go to the object and create a lookup relationship. Now we are done creating our lookup relationship field. So let me go and change the field type from lookup to master detail. So edit the field, hit change field type, and there you would have just the other option, that is master detail relationship. Hit next. And then it is giving us the same options what we have while creating a master detail relationship. Hit save. Perfect. So now that we have converted our lookup to master detail relationship. This is actually a workaround, as I mentioned before. The straight way would be to create a master detail relationship, and that would happen on objects wherein there is no data. However, this is a workaround wherein when an object has got data, you create a lookup relationship, populate all the records with the data, and then convert it to master detail. And this is all about master detail relationship. Thank you.